Be a good game. You know, they're an explosive team, score a lot of points, make a lot of threes, some tough matchups. They have some very big, some big guys with some good length and athleticism that are versatile. You know, they have a kid by the name of Cooks. He brings the ball up the court at 6'8", can really make plays for himself and his teammates. So, you know, we gotta make sure we're on our game. It should be a really good game. Winthrop has a great program, a great history and tradition. So, you know, they've been on the road. They've played some teams already, so they're going to be ready to go, and we have to be ready to go as well.
Similarities to the upstate team you played?
You know, getting up and down a little bit. Probably a much better shooting team than them. I think they were in the top 10 in the country in three-pointers made as well as percentage. So, and I think they do a really good job of spreading you out and really attacking you and getting the pace going. So, you know, we want the pace going, but we got to make sure it's the way we want it to be and all that. So, but yeah, they're similar to a couple different teams we played where they can go inside and outside, but they can really spread the floor and attack you and make threes. So we got to do a really good job of defending them in transition and taking away their shooters.
Of course, they make a lot of threes. Just how much of a test, you know, of your three-point defense will that be?
Huge test. You know, we've gotten better at it all year long. I mean, I thought that was something that really hurt us early in the year, and we've gotten better and better at it. But it doesn't mean, you know, it could go away on you really quick too. So we got to make sure it's on the front of our mind. We have great awareness of where their shooters are and running guys off the three. I thought we did a decent job of that against Bucknell. So hopefully we can take another step with it and make it a carryover game where carry over some of our defensive game plans from the past to this game.
Do you have a target in your mind as far as, besides being undefeated, what you wanted your record to be in your non-conference before you hit the A-10 play?
No, you know, just we knew how good of a schedule we had, and with all the new faces and all that stuff, there'll be some big-time challenges. And, you know, we were close, and we let some of these guys, you know, some of these games slip away. And, you know, the other night, we didn't let it slip away. We found a way. So, you know, we're taking these next steps. You want your out-of-conference play to really help you and catapult you into a good conference play. And so hopefully we can, you know, build some momentum here. But no, you know, you know, when you go play the big dogs and you play in a tournament like Maui, you want to make sure you represent well and you find ways to win. And we did that, but you know, we could have had a couple others. But that's how it goes. That's why you got to play the games, and whatever happens, you got to learn from it and control what you can control. And when it's over with, you can only learn from it and move forward from it if that's what you decide to do. We've gotten better as we went along. We just didn't always win the games playing against great competition. Now we got to put it all together and string wins along.
When you pick up wins, you know, you may not have beaten the Marquettes and the Michigans on your schedule, but when you beat a team like Bucknell that's a conference champ that went to the tournament, Winthrop's the same way. North Florida didn't win their conference tournament, but they were in the championship game and lost to FGCU. You're beating some quality teams, maybe from not from the big conferences. So is that an accomplishment too, or is that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, and I'll say this forever, and I believe this wholeheartedly. Winning college basketball games, no matter who you play, is hard. It's really hard, and you know we're always going to schedule good teams, as well as we're going to bring teams in here that are good teams. And we've always done that. That's still the formula we want to use. That teams that have won their conference are going to have a great RPI, or last year they're returning a team that played in the conference final or won their conference. We're always going to, that's our formula. We're going to try to find those teams because it helps our RPI. But for me as a coach, you want to play good teams because that exposes you, and that's how you learn more about your team. You know, we could schedule games where we're winning 50, 40, you know, by 40, 50 points. That's not going to help us. That's not exposing some of our deficiencies. You know, very early in the year, we got exposed by even North Florida, and that helped us find a way to get better. We found that stuff. It's better to find that stuff out now than in January when you're trying to win your league. So we're always going to play those teams. And, you know, Bucknell's a great example. You know, Bucknell's schedule they've had the last 2-3 years, their RPI, playing in the conference final, playing in the NCAA tournament, playing really good teams on their court and beating them. that was a great win for us. But we also learned a lot watching the tape about our team, and we still got to get better at certain things. So we're always going to do that, and it's huge. It really is an advantage to schedule that way.
You mentioned on Saturday that 85% of practice are about this focus on defense.
Yeah.
So how would you break that down on half court versus press and some other things that you guys work on?
Well, we play a lot, Wayne, out of how we practice. We just don't drill and not play. We do drill because, to bring about awareness of the next opponent or so forth. But a lot of our emphasis is on defense is still through playing. But it's a defensive drill with some playing. A lot of our practice is so much on defense, and then we play out of it. You got to throw the guys a bone too. If you're just going to drill all the time, they're just going to try to get through the drill instead of own the drill. We want to have drills where there's a lot of playing too, because that's what they want to do. That's what we all want to do. That's why you play the game, is you want to play the game. So we have emphasis and awareness on the defensive end, guarding specific actions, working on a specific part of our defense that turns into playing. We do that. It starts from 1-to-1 all the way to 5-on-5. Guarding the ball is a big deal. Running guys off the three-point line is a big deal. We drill that, but then we add it to play, and I think it's a good way to carry it over.
Your injuries and your relative inexperience, is your depth where you would like it to be after 11 games? Probably not, but...
Probably not, because those guys have been out, and they're two big parts of what we want to do. But what it has done is it has given our guys off the bench a lot more minutes, valuable minutes, that now they can't say they're inexperienced, or some of those guys can say, well, I didn't play a lot of minutes, I won't be ready for league play. Everybody's ready for league play, from Tyler May backing up Johnny to Mikael Sims giving us great minutes in Hawaii, to Xavier Jackson going from a couple games where he did not play at all to playing 27 minutes and 24 minutes and turning into a key defensive player on some good players for us, and then the freshman bigs just getting thrown in the fire. They're getting better and better all the time. That has established a bench, and now we can try to play faster and more aggressive, because those guys can really help us.
Saturday, Johnny mentioned that Deontay and Justin kind of urged him to be a little more aggressive. But is there a right balance in your mind of him versus being a distributor versus being that guy that's going and scoring? Yeah,
we want him to be aggressive, and we want him to play downhill, because we're at our best when Johnny's playing downhill and being aggressive. And the balance for any point guard or an aggressive point guard like Johnny is picking your spots to make plays for himself and picking the spots to get guys shots. That's always going to be, that's always the tough thing to do, the tough balance you have as a point guard. I think he's done a great. I thought it was his best floor game against Bucknell on Saturday, mainly because he picked his spots to get guys shots. He picked his spots to draw fouls, get to the foul line. He made a couple nice plays, but he didn't force anything. He just took what the defense gave him, and that's plenty good enough, especially the way he can get all the way to the rim. So I thought he did a really good job. And when your teammates urge you on to do more, you don't want to let them down, and I think that's a good sign for us.
Finals all wrapped up, first semester done. More emphasis, guys will be able to focus on basketball predominantly. Kind of, what's the approach?
Yeah, what I tell them, I've been saying this for a long, long time. This is your chance to act like a pro until the semester starts January 16th, I think. From now until January 16th, you can act like a pro. It's all about basketball. Everything you do waking up until you go to bed is about how to take care of your body, how to do the right things on and off the court to prepare yourself to have a great day as a basketball player. And you can spend a lot of time in the gym working on some of your weaknesses. You can spend time in the weight room working on your body. You can take care, rehabbing extra with our trainer, but you can be in the gym a lot, and you can spend a lot of time with your teammates and coaches. I think it's huge. It's also a fun part as a basketball coach, because you have more time with those guys to do a lot of basketball stuff, and there isn't a balance now. It's all hoops. It's all hoops for the next 30 days. I think it's great. And we've got 2 really good games coming up here. Let's try to get them before Christmas. The guys that get home for a couple days, which I think is great and needed. And all kids, college kids, should go home for Christmas, and our guys will do that, and then we'll get back here and get ready for the A-10 conference play.
During the break, do you guys kind of experiment with some things as far as like different practice times, different stuff like that?
Yeah, we'll practice earlier. You know, the one thing after exams, I do let them sleep in longer just to catch up on sleep and to get their bodies right. But we'll have some double practices, we'll have some two-a-days. We'll come back and shoot a lot in the arena at night with the coaches. I think that's a great bonding time too. That was a neat thing we did everywhere I've been, but even when I was assistant here, guys would come back and shoot at night, and you get 30 minutes of shooting with one of the players, and then what happens, the whole team hangs around watching everybody else shoot, and you spend a lot of bonding time together. I think that's good. We'll continue to do that. Some practices could be shorter because we'll shoot later. Some could be longer because we can really work on certain things, certain aspects. There'll be some scrimmages with our team. Yesterday we had a good 20-minute scrimmage. I thought was really good for our team. So we'll mix things up. You know, the one thing is variety is the spice of life. So even in this time of the year, if it's the same old, I think it gets old. So we'll change that up, and we'll do some things off the court like we did yesterday with Shop with the Rams. We'll do some other things with the community here over the next month.
Want to talk about Shop of the Rams last night, kind of what that was all about and how it went?
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's a chance for the players to give back to the community. We had 50 young kids to get to shop with our guys and get presents for themselves and their family members and friends. And it's great to see the guys try to help these kids pick out different things and also budget and budget that spending. But it was a lot of fun, and some of our guys today they were humbled. They were humbled by some of the kids talking about their families and talking about where they're from and what they're looking for, gifts and all that stuff is really cool.